Good, happy Tuesday afternoon, January 25th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Tuesday afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started right now. First up, one person dead, another seriously hurt after head-on crash on Route 3 in Colombia. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
We are following some breaking news of one person is dead and another seriously hurt after a crash on Route 3 in Colombia. State police say the head-on crash happened yesterday afternoon. Investigators say Dennis Hyde of Colebrook was driving a pickup truck when it crossed the center line and hit an SUV. Hyde was pronounced dead at the scene. The other driver was flown to the hospital.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. 65-year-old man recovering after ATV goes through the ice in Hampstead Sunday afternoon. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A new on daybreak, a Massachusetts man is recovering after his ATV went through the ice in Hampstead. This happened just before 4 Sunday afternoon on Wash Pond. Fish and Game officers say the 65-year-old driver suffered a head injury and was pulled from the water by Good Samaritans nearby. He was not wearing a helmet or eye protection. Officials say this serves as an important reminder to always check the ice conditions before heading out.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report.
Right now, I'm at you.
Whoops, sorry about that. Pfizer and BioNTech start clinical trial for Omicron-specific COVID-19 vaccine. Let's take a listen to this video in this report.
Examining Omicron variant cases in December and January, the CDC determined a booster shot was 90% effective at preventing hospitalization.
I think it's great data, particularly that we are seeing a more transmissible disease and have seen breakthrough infections both in those who were previously infected.
In local hospitals, doctors say they're seeing the same thing in their own COVID units. The majority of the hospitalized patients are unvaccinated, but among the hospitalized patients who are vaccinated, they say few, if any, had received the booster.
Those who are vaccinated but not the booster would still have higher numbers of getting the infection.
Doctors say these findings are likely to lead the CDC to redefine what it means to be fully vaccinated.
I wouldn't be surprised if the CDC goes in that direction. We've already seen that they moved away from simply saying fully vaccinated and unvaccinated. We're now seeing up-to-date versus not up-to-date with recommended vaccinations.
Meantime, the virus is still spreading and overall hospitalizations remain high, but are down from a week ago.
I wouldn't say that we've reached our peak because I think that would be premature.
Dr. Mercado at Dartmouth-Hitchcock says for New Hampshire, if the Omicron variant follows the same pattern it has around the globe, the state still potentially has a few more weeks left in this surge. Adam Sexton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Pfizer and BioNTech have begun a clinical trial for their Omicron-specific COVID-19 vaccine candidate. They announced in a news release today. The study will evaluate the vaccine for safety, tolerability, and the level of immune response as both a primary series and a booster dose in up to 1,420 healthy adults ages 18 to 55. U.S. puts 8,500 troops on heightened alert aimed Russia-Ukraine tension. Let's take a listen to that video in that report.
Hey, injury.com. Who you texting?
I'm texting a client to let her know that she got a settlement, and I'm letting another client know.
The world is watching and waiting as more than 127,000 Russian troops mass at the Ukrainian border. U.S. officials have warned invasion could be imminent. In the meantime, the U.S. has been sending weapons to Ukraine and getting some Americans out of Ukraine. The State Department is reducing staff levels at the U.S. Embassy there.
Certain wires have been tripped because all embassies abroad have a plan that lays out precisely what it is that has to happen before these evacuations occur. Now, the assessment has come in that more things have happened, we're not exactly sure what those are yet, that have caused the State Department to say, yeah, families need to get out.
Senior officials familiar with the discussion say President Joe Biden is also working on a global strategy to increase liquefied natural gas production in the event an invasion leads to shortages in Europe, which relies on Russia for nearly half of its supply. A senior official said Biden also met with top military leaders to talk about options for bolstering U.S. troop levels in the Baltics and Eastern Europe. During which the White House says President Biden again affirmed that should Russia further invade Ukraine, the U.S. will impose swift and severe consequences on Russia with our allies and partners. What happens next, though, depends on what Russian President Vladimir Putin is planning.
It's going to be all part of I think, a complex sort of analysis that he's probably doing, trying to decide, do I do this? And if so, how and when?
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is a look at your news for this afternoon. Now we're going to switch gears and let's go into weather. The weather right now is mostly cloudy, 35 degrees, feels like 29 degrees. A slight chance of a precip over the next 6 hours. With a full weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Haley LaPointe.
As one of the region's largest family-owned energy providers, Eastern Propane and Oil knows a thing or
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. We have impact weather today due to light snow that has moved through, though the bulk of it has already passed through during the overnight hours. Still could be some slick spots on the roadways. A dusting to 1 inch already has fallen, and we may see some on and off snow showers at any time later on in the day. So slippery road conditions this morning in some spots. Then we're tracking our next storm system for Saturday. Looks like a nor'easter, and this one could bring potentially heavy amounts of snow and also some concerns at the coastline with gusty winds and even splash over and coastal flooding, a concern with this next system. Today, though, impact weather due to this light snow that has passed through. Temperatures this afternoon in the 20s and 30s. So the impact weather mainly this morning due to the messy road conditions, which have been improving, though. We'll see clouds, and then later ahead to the afternoon, a little bit of sun poking through the clouds. A few snow showers still remain, and that'll be the case off and on. Today, you can see some of these light snow showers back over New York State. Very light stuff, though, at a maximum an inch of accumulation. In most spots, though, it's just kind of a light coating. So as we go through the day, on and off snow showers, you see them kind of redeveloping as we get into the afternoon and into the evening here, and then the clouds will clear. So we're looking at mainly clear skies overnight and then sunshine for Wednesday. Then we're going to skip ahead because Wednesday and Thursday look quiet with sun, just a bit cold. Friday, some light snow showers move through. And then here's the next potential storm system, and this one does look significant. It would be all throughout the day on Saturday with the snow continuing on from Friday, but then picking up in intensity Saturday morning. And then you also see these lines here. This is indicating the winds, and look at how strong they get by Saturday afternoon. It may coincide with a high tide, so concerns at the coast along with heavy bands of snow. And at this point, it continues to be the right track, really, to give us all snow. So we'll have to watch that very closely, but it could be significant. Gone by Sunday morning. So the storm impacts for Saturday's storm would be heavy snow, high impact, slippery travel, high impact, possibly gusty winds, and coastal concerns of medium threat now, but we may have to boost that even to high 2 if the storm tracks the the way that would bring in some storm surge and even dealing with some strong winds too. So basically, you need to be on the lookout for Saturday with this storm system moving through. We're continuing to track it as well. And following this system, it looks cold again with highs in the 20s.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Hilly LaPointe. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Goodbye.